have you had a mind shift change at all going from well pre Andy and Sarah, pre buying this business, and how do you think differently now? And how can other people think about thinking differently going from an employee to if they've got the desire to start their own business? Where are they going with their mind? What do they need to do?
Yeah, I think Spencer and I have always had the mindset, and actually, it came from we've always had this mindset, but we just didn't really know how to define it. But then a sailor, who his name was Dana, and he was on the boat, Taino. It was a trimaran that he built out of water bottles, and I don't know, he was crazy. But he told us follow all the rules unless they're stupid, and that has been like Spencer and I's life. And I think that more people need to do that. you know, there there are no rules really. Like especially in business, there are no rules. We actually just went to the Umbrella factory, which is the fabric that we use on our canvas, in all of our projects. And we did the factory tour, but we did it with four other canvas shops. So they do the same thing that we do. We all ran our businesses wildly differently. Like two people, it was a brother and a brother-in-law, like they contracted out their sewing. So they just patterned and they did the billing. The other one had 40 employees and there was a head seamstress and he was the, job procurement manager. And then they had a plotting machine and a cutter. And then there was us. And then there was this other guy that just did pontoons and he did from the ground up. He did motor and everything. And like, it made me really realize like we were all successful. We were all putting food on our tables. We were all making money and we were all sitting at the same table. And yet we ran totally different businesses. Like it was crazy. Um, so I think getting out of the mindset of like you have to do things like, in this order or this way, or oh, like I have to make sure that X, Y, and Z is in place before I do this. Like, no, do away with all of that. Like, think outside the box and try and think around the problem, not through it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's too metaphorical. Like people are like, that's a nothing statement. What does that even mean?
Oh, it's great. No, I mean, I remember when like well, as I said, I think before hitting record, when I first went off on my own, I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought, I had already dropped out of business school because, I don't need business, I don't need a
Yeah.
degree to run a business. And, although I didn't even have a job lined up when I quit.
Well,
SMRT.
yeah, I mean, I think that could be smart. I mean, there's lots of people. There's another cruising person, like guy that we know, actually Prism, um John Neely, he just started a business, Shaver Lake Woodworks, or Woodworks of Shaver Lake. But it was just like a need. He saw a need and then he made a prototype. It's these like swings. And he's just out there doing it and he's making his own rules and he has like a business plan, which is something like I say don't follow the rules, but there are things that you could do to help yourself if you want to start a business. I would do a business plan, which is basically just like, what do you want it to do? Who do you want it to serve? And then the other thing is find comps. So if you know that you want to sell truck camper beds or truck camper toppers, call other people like that sell it and ask, pretend like you're a customer and say, how much do these cost? Do you ship nationwide? Do you do this? Ask them all the questions and write it down and then call another business that does it. And then accumulate all that information. And then based on that information, you can make your pricing list, you can make your plan of action and kind of see how it goes. But I think you do need a plan before you buy stock.
And buying a business is buying 100% stock.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, true.
Where are you going with the business? You're talking about the other ways that people are running their canvas businesses.
Mhm.
Are you just trying to streamline what you have? Are you going to grow? Are you going to shift? What's the plan for Interbank Canvas?